Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because I am going to be playing with and duping and reviewing the Feelin Bubbly palette by Colourpop. They were so generous in sending me the entire collection, so I will show you what's in the entire collection, but I'm not going to actually open and touch the products because I've included them in a giveaway on my Instagram. I will link my Instagram down below if you're interested in following me. I've been doing one giveaway, but I want to do more giveaways on there. I will definitely do some on YouTube. I just have to figure out how to do that first. So the thing is, I really don't like the Luxe Gloss formula, and it comes with 3. So I'll show you the colors, but I don't like the formula, so I feel like it's just kind of a waste for me to put them on my lips and then never use them because I don't like the formula. So I'm giving them away because I know it is a popular formula. I think it's an unpopular opinion to not like these. And then it comes with 2 Super Shock highlighters as well. And I really like these, but they're both gonna be too dark for me for sure.
Hello friends, Editing Kelsey here. I just wanted to mention that this collection also comes with 3 Jelly Much shadows, and I wasn't even including those in the giveaway, but I put those away in my drawer, so I completely forgot about them and I didn't talk about them at all in this video. Just know that there's 3 shades of gold Jelly Much shadows. Sorry about that, my bad.
So I'm giving all of it away. I will show you, the colors and stuff like that, but I just don't want to be wasteful and open and touch things that I know in my heart that I'm not going to use. The collection also comes with little face rhinestones, which is super cute. I kind of wish they were more of a champagne than a silver, but what do I know? And it also came with little stick-on pearls. These don't actually stick very well. I had to use lash glue, but they're super cute. And I'll put a little picture here of a look I did using the pearls. It was a super fun look. I really enjoyed it. The pearls kind of give me the bubbly feeling, you know what I mean? It's called Feelin Bubbly. It's champagne, and I don't know, these just kind of remind me of bubbles. I don't know. So yeah, this is what the palette looks like, and I have duped it out for you. Of course, we always got to find dupes. And I'll show you quickly the other products in the collection that I'm not going to talk about for too long, but I just want to show you them so you can determine if you want these certain colors or something like that. Because even though they're not for me, they're probably for a lot of other people. And I took my nails off because they were already starting to lift. I'm gonna have to watch some YouTube videos on how to do nails properly. So yeah, that's why I took them off. But now I can't get into anything. So this is the first Super Shock cheek, and I don't know why there's a gap in mine. I'm sure it's fine. But this is the shade Flute Punch, like a champagne flute, get it? Super cute. Yes, will definitely be too dark for me. I am among the palest of the pale. So this is a beautiful color, and I can see it working on a lot of different skin tones, just not mine. So yeah, I will be giving it away. I know Colourpop used to have a thing about not reusing names of their products. I wonder if they're still sticking to that because I feel like they have to reuse some names because they just launch too many things to use a unique name every time. This is the shade Champagne BB, and it's a very deep bronze. It's absolutely, well, not very deep, but it's a deeper bronze. Very, very beautiful for deep skin tones. Wow, that is stunning. The only thing I could see myself using this for is on my eyes, but I already have a ton of Super Shock shadows, and it would take me forever to go through this size of a Super Shock. So then let's go into the glosses. So this is the shade Sippy Sippy, and it's a beautiful golden bronze. Oh, that would be so pretty, especially over a deeper lip. Would love that. And on deeper skin tones, this would be stunning, especially over top of a nude lip. Ooh, yeah. Again, just giving these away because I'm not a fan of the formula. The colors, stunning. This is the lightest shade called Papa Cork. I was actually considering keeping this one, but I have, something similar. I can see these being super sheer. So I think this would be similar to the clear gloss from the Limoncello collection. It's just clear with some gold sparkles. So I could see them being a very similar shade. So I figured I don't need this one. So again, giving it away. Oh, this also looks very similar. This is the shade Fizzy with it. Oh, that's cute. Love that. And it's just a true gold. I'm sure these are all pretty sheer. This one is also very beautiful. But again, I won't use them. So those are the 3 glosses and the 2 highlighters that come with the collection. Now I'll go into the palette. Have I showed it close up yet? I don't know. I can't remember what I did 30 seconds ago. So I'll show it again if I haven't shown it already. This is what it looks like up close. Lots of warm tone shades. Very beautiful, very champagne-like. Fits the theme nicely in my opinion. And yeah, let's get into swatches and dupes. So before I get into swatches, I just want to give you a little bit of info about this palette. It retails for $14. Obviously you get 9 shades and it is cruelty-free and vegan. Also, all of these shades are suitable for use on the immediate eye area. And if you know anything about Colourpop, you know that they don't launch palettes very often where all the shades are suitable for the eye area. So let's get to swatching now. So the first shade we have here is called Pop Off. Colourpop describes this as a metallic ivory with silver pearl. Super pretty. And to dupe this shade, I used Novel from the Ballad Quint that they launched last year, the little 5 pan. This one seems to have a little more silver to it, but otherwise pretty similar shades. Next up we have the shade So Complex, and Colourpop describes this shade as a matte ivory. And to dupe this shade, I used Luxe from the Stone Cold Fox palette. It is a little bit lighter. Next up we have the shade Zesty, and Colourpop simply describes this one as a metallic gold. And to dupe this shade, I used the color Touring from the Limoncello palette, and this one has a lot less yellow to it, as you can see. This shade is more of a yellow toned gold, whereas this one has a little more champagne to it. Next up we have the shade Blanc Slate, and Colourpop describes this shade as a matte pinky nude. And to dupe this shade, I used the color Banthatrax from the Mandalorian palette, which as you can see has a little less pink in it. Everything I had was either too pink or not pink enough, so this was the closest dupe I could find. Next up we have this Super Shock-like formula, and this is the shade Noted. Colourpop describes this as a metallic icy rose gold. So beautiful. I love this kind of color. And for a dupe, I chose the shade Silk Teddy from the Bare Necessities palette. It has a little bit more pink to it in the base, but other than that, they are rather similar, and they're also a very similar formula. They both kind of have that Super Shock-like texture. Next up we have the shade Bubble Up, and Colourpop describes this shade as a matte camel. And to dupe this shade, I used the color Blissed Out from the Little Ray of Sunshine palette, which is a little more green toned. This one has a little more orange to it, but it was the most camel-like color that I could find in my collection. Next up we have the shade Clink Clink, and Colourpop describes this one as a matte neutral brown. And to dupe it, I used the shade Moody from the Nude Mood palette. This one looks like it might be a little bit deeper, but overall pretty similar. Next up we have the shade Arbane. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know anything about champagne, but Colourpop describes this shade as a metallic sterling silver with gold pearl. Super beautiful. It's more on the taupe side, honestly, I would say. You can kind of see the difference there. This is the shade that I duped it with, called Wench from the Gather Round Sisters palette. This one I would say is more of an icy sterling silver, whereas this one has more taupe to it. Both super beautiful, just slightly different. There's not really a dupe for that shade in the That's Taupe palette, in case you were wondering. I checked that one and everything was either too sheer or too dark. Just letting you guys know in case you were wondering if that shade was similar to anything in the palette. Not really. And lastly, we have the shade Get a Grape, which is so cute. I love that name. And Colourpop describes this one as a matte chocolate brown. And to dupe this shade, I used Crack On from the Bare Necessities palette, and it's a little bit lighter, but overall really similar. I wasn't sure if anybody would want to see this collection because I think it did launch like a little bit ago. I think it was actually mid-December, but this is the product I have to film with. So this is what you're getting. Hopefully people are still interested, I don't know. And yeah, now that we are done with the swatches, let's get on to a little bit of a chit chat product demo. Okay, my friends, let's get into a little look-see. Don't mind this situation. I think they're pimples, maybe a little bit of contact dermatitis. Just from me wearing my glasses so much and because I've been sweating in my glasses. I should probably bring some micellar water or something to the farm that I'm volunteering at because this isn't good. I think it's just a little breakout, but I don't know. Anyway, just disregard it is what I was trying to get at. I am first going to prep my eyelids. I actually don't know what look I'm gonna do today. Like I have no idea. I know I say that every time, but I really don't. Like I haven't even looked at the palette yet today. And I'm just going to buff this out a little bit. I really like my brows today. I used the Brow Wiz instead of the brow powder, and it just gives a lot more of a softer look, which I really like. The only reason I stopped using the Brow Wiz is because it was really not economical. Like you don't get a lot of product and I've been broke. So using the brow powder has been like more of a financial decision. But I do like the Brow Wiz more. Like it's just like more of a soft look, not quite so harsh. Anyways, let's see what I'm gonna do today. So this is the palette. Very beautiful, very nice, very nice. I think what I'm gonna do first, I might just do like a regular kind of like half cut crease. I'm just feeling like basic today, you know? You ever have those days where you're like, I just want like a classic eye look? So let's do that. I'm going to start off with the shade, is it Blanc Slate? Blanc Slate. Is that an E or like Blaine Slate or Blanc Slate? I'm assuming Blanc because it's supposed to be like blank slate, and Blanc might be a type of champagne since it's a type of wine. I don't know. I don't know anything about alcohol. I don't drink. So these alcohol themed collections, I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about like half the time, I swear. We're gonna dip into this shade here. And I'm just going to get it on my Fenty, what is this? 230 blending brush, one of my faves. It's expensive as hell though, honestly. Anyway, just gonna place that in my crease area. I'm not really being super precise about it. I hope you've all been doing well. I have been still struggling a little bit, not gonna lie. I haven't been doing great, but I'm definitely better than I was before. I have some motivation to, you know, do things, so that's good. It's always a good feeling to, you know, want to do things to make yourself feel better day to day and actually have the energy to do those things. Still don't feel 100% like myself despite me being extra bubbly today. I don't know why I'm like that. Feeling better, just not like 100% myself, you know? I was gonna go into this shade here called So Complex. It's like a really light matte cream, but I think if I set the brow bone with that, it might be too light. Like, I'm pale, but I'm not like this pale. Let's try it. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, so it's very, very pale. Yeah, that's all right. So a lot of you commented on my last video about the wedding and what we're gonna do. I think we finally made a decision. That was just a bit too fair for me, so I am just gonna use my pressed powder. Oh my god, it looks like it's the same color. LOL, maybe I am just that white, you know? Just a pasty gal in the middle of January in Canada. Then I'm just gonna take what's remaining on the brush and I'm going to buff out this color. I think we have made a decision. Where we are in Ontario, they just announced some new restrictions. So indoor dining is not allowed for 2 weeks. But the thing with our government is they say things will last 2 weeks and it ends up like being like 4 months. Also, if you can't tell, I haven't really fixed the traffic sound problem. Sorry. So yeah, they say it's gonna last 2 weeks. I honestly think it'll be longer, but we'll see. So I think what we're gonna do is just do the ceremony and then postpone the party part because we've already paid for it and we can't really get a refund. So I think we're just gonna do, you know, a fun little ceremony, have some people over after, and then I'm going to go into this deep chocolate shade. This is called Get a Grape. That's cute. Yeah, and then we can just have, you know, a little get together at our house afterwards just for like the bridal party. And then we'll just, you know, maybe renew our vows quickly and then have a party and a dinner for everyone else. So I think that's the plan, hopefully. That way I'll still get to wear my dress and have my makeup done and everything twice actually. So I think that's what we're gonna do if we can get a marriage license, that is. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan for right now. I'm just going with the flow at this point. I mean, I've always been kind of like a chillaxed bride. I don't really care, but like we spent so much money that like I do want to get my money's worth, of course. But I'm not too worried about it, honestly. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do to change it at this point, so I'm just blending out that dark brown color. It's not blending very nicely though. I'll be honest, I'm not really happy with how this outer corner is blending out. I don't know what that's about. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with that. It did get a little bit darker than I was anticipating because I tried to blend it out so much, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go into this shade here called Arbane. Is that a C? Again, is that a C or an E? I don't know. The E's and the C's look exactly the same. I don't know what this is called, okay? It's this one in the middle right here. It is not a good font for me. And I'm just gonna apply this to the lid. I'm gonna actually dampen the brush a little bit. I'm just using my Colourpop Pretty Fresh Mist. And I'm just going to apply this. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this middle shade that's a little bit deeper, I think. It's called Noted. And just using the same brush, I'm just going to apply it right there, just for a bit of extra dimension. And then to highlight, I'm gonna take this lightest shade called Pop Off. It's really beautiful. I can see myself putting this in my kit for sure. I feel like it's the perfect bridal color. Maybe I'll even use it on my wedding day. I still have to do a wedding day tutorial. We'll see what I'm gonna do my makeup like. Probably something similar to this, honestly. So yeah, that is this eye. Now let's move on to the other eye with my Duped palette. Okay, so I've already prepped my lid. So first I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm just gonna use this on a similar shaped brush, but not the same one because I don't feel like cleaning off the product from the other brush. Now I know my dupe for that center shade is gonna be far too light for me. So I am going to use my pressed powder. Maybe I'll mix in a little bit, but it's like a stark white. I didn't have more of a cream shade, so I'm just going to set everything. I'm then going back in with this brush and I'm going to blend out that shade that I applied. Then on a little pointed brush, I'm going to go into this shade here and apply that to my outer corner just like I did on the other side. And then I'm just going back into this little Colourpop brush and blending out what I've applied. I'm gonna apply a little more of that dark brown just because this side is a little bit darker because I had an easier time blending this side out actually. Then I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I feel like this shade here isn't nearly as reflective as what I put on the other side. Then taking a bit of that center shade, again, applying this right here like I did on the other side. And then finally using the highlight shade. So those are both eyes done with no cleanup, no liner, no lashes or anything. So I'm going to pop off camera and do the rest of my face, my liner, do everything, and then I'll come back and we can see how similar the eyes really look. Okay, my friends, and this is the completed look. Overall, I think this side is a little more reflective with the lid shade, but other than that, I think everything turned out pretty similar. It's a little hard to tell how symmetrical they are because my window kind of is more on this side than this side. So this side might be a little bit lighter. Doesn't appear so in the viewfinder though, like it looks okay. That would just be my technique though, not really like the shades. I think the shades are very, very similar actually. So yeah, this is the completed look. Would I say that this is like a necessary palette? No, I do think it's really pretty though. It's one of my favorite neutral palettes that Colourpop has launched in a long time, even though they haven't launched a ton of like true neutral palettes recently, but I really like this one. I like the variety of shimmers. You have this one that's slightly cool toned, this one more rosy, this one more gold, this one more white champagne. However, it was highly dupeable, so I wouldn't say that it's like 100% necessary. But if you do have a lot of neutrals in your collection already, I would say check your collection and see if you can build something similar because none of these shades were like crazy unique. You know what I mean? Like you probably have something remotely similar in your collection already. But I mean, if you don't, it's a really good quality palette, really nice, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think that is it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It helps out my channel so very much by you watching, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!